Just because this is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. People started singing it, not knowing what it was.
Have you heard the song that doesn't end?
Continue singing it forever, just because this is the song that doesn't
You've heard this before?
Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
This is a song that somebody composed and recorded a single track based on the entire book of an Indian poet, more than 15,000 verses. And it was originally spoken in a form of Hindi. And this person recorded singing the entire thing. It is 5.5 hours long of continuous singing. And so I guess some people are taking it upon themselves to make it a bit of a challenge to see how long they can keep it on. And because sooner or later it's going to become a real earworm, and it probably doesn't take that long. So you know this from PBS.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't remember that.
I thought it was the song that never ends on Lamb Chop. This is the song that never ends. Or was it doesn't?
No. It must be a version of that.
Yeah,
I'd never heard this before.
I don't remember.
You've never heard this?
No.
Yeah, this was Lamb Chop. We used to sing this on the school bus when we were on our way to like field trips and stuff.
So it's just over and over and over?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that it was... Well, then maybe I don't quite understand what's going on, because I thought this person was... They do this for 5.5 hours?
Yeah.
Here's 2 hours and 12 minutes in. This is an Australian comic or something. He's like, steady singing. Oh, my God. 4 hours and 14 minutes in.
And on my friend.
All right. Yeah, I didn't, I guess I misunderstood that. I thought it was like a 5.5 hour song that
I just saying
somebody
the same
sang.
thing for 5.5 hours.
Yeah, but that's not a 5.5 hour long song. I mean, I guess. Well, yeah, I guess it is. A repeated verse, yeah.
The way, what is it? Fastball. Yeah.
You got a fast car.
No, not fast.
That's Cleveland's own Tracy Chapman.
Yeah. The first
That's
black
another-
woman to have a
think
number one
The way is
song.
like one verse and then the chorus 3 times. And I mean, it's a 2-minute song, but it's still just basically one verse.
That's another thing. There's going to be a pop culture shift for you, Mary, leaving Cleveland, because, you know, so many artists came from here. New York doesn't have that.
They've never had any artists come from there, from what I hear.
So, bit of a culture shock.
And no pride in New York either.
Nope.
But I think you'll be okay.
You're not going to see, like, you see Cleveland shirts all the time. You're not going to see any New York
No,
shirts.
probably not, honestly.
They don't like their sports teams.
Are there sports teams there
Sometimes.
in New York?
I mean, they're actually in New Jersey mostly.
They have a football team and the Jets.
Best sports.
I mean, even the Giants aren't. They're both trash.
Guardians get the number 1 pick in the lottery.
Hey.
That's pretty exciting.
I would pick all the money.
Guardians had a 2% chance of earning the number 1 pick. They beat out other teams with better odds. Beat out the A's and the Royals and the Rockies. That A's situation's really weird because they're moving to Vegas, but they can't go there for a while, so they're going to have to park it in, like, Salt Lake City for a season or something.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
While they build their new, these billionaire team owners to hold the city hostage to get what they want. And if they say, no, we either can't afford it or we don't want to do it, or why should we pay for that, which is the most likely and reasonable response, they go, fine, I'll move the team. So the A's are picking up stakes, obviously, and going to Vegas. But they can't go there right away. So I was reading a thing that they might do a season out of Salt Lake City. The Reds will pick second, draft on July 14th, followed by the A's, the White Sox. See, I guess I thought I wasn't paying as close attention as I thought I was because I didn't realize the Guardians had a losing season. I thought that they actually did pretty well this past season.
No,
They were 76 and 86. They were tied for the 22nd best record among the 30 teams.
It's crazy that they got the number 1
pick, 2% chance of doing it, and they got it. So they're ecstatic over there. Just another reason why our own Poundcake Cody Brown really should have gotten that gig.
Who should they draft, Poundcake? Who's the best prospect?
He's doing a sports break later on. This is a good way to get your mind kind of prepared for that.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of a sports name.
Trying to think of a sports name. Texas Rangers, by the way, will pick dead last in the draft. All right. Well, maybe we didn't give that whole Poundcake should be the skipper of the Guardians thing a lot of thought. Maybe we should have
Done our research?
Well,
or listened to him one time?
Either of those things, I think, would be an appropriate response.
One time.
Listen to him one time.
Listen to anything he's ever said?
J.J. Weatherholt is the top prospect. That's
J.J. Weatherholt?
Yes.
What's J.J. short for?
Johnson
Damn,
James.
J.J.
J.J. Weatherholt. And he's white. Good for him. Okay. 21 Baltimore, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Has some chompers on him.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah.
Chompers.
The gum to teeth ratio is different, but I'm sure he's good at baseball.
Well, is he a Mountaineer? He's coming out of West Virginia University. Is that where he goes? Looks like he's wearing a WVU jersey.
Yeah, West Virginia University.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, now you have a name,
J.J.
Cody. You have a name.
Weatherholt. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll keep him in mind for a future sports break.
I wasn't sure if this was going to show up in Perez Bilton's Hot Celebrity Goss yesterday, but I do love these kinds of stories. They're not unprecedented. You might remember a couple of anchors there over at Good Morning America. There was a girl named Amy Robach. She's blonde. She had really made the rounds on network television, kind of news and entertainment. She had been on MSNBC for a minute doing news. I think when they used to run Don Imus's show on MSNBC, she was like the morning news anchor. And then she was on Good Morning America. She was on a version of that show. I don't know if it was streaming, whatever it was. But Amy Robach had been around for a minute. And then her co-host was a guy named TJ Holmes. And it came to light that the two of them had been having an affair. And there was a lot of controversy over whether or not these two people should have actually lost their jobs because they didn't really do anything wrong. But ABC just decided that they didn't want all the mishigas and the nonsense dealing with it, so fired them both, paid them out. I think TJ Holmes ended up suing the network saying it was racially motivated. That was a real Hail Mary pass because I think they paid him out. But Amy Robach had been married to a guy named Andrew Shue, who is a well-known actor. Elizabeth Shue's brother. He'd been on Melrose Place back in the day. Andrew Shue's a good-looking dude. Well, now Amy Robach and TJ Holmes got together, right? They divorced their respective spouses, and now they're full-on in public. Well, the spouses are now dating each other.
Hey, keep it going.
That's it. That's fun.
TJ Holmes' ex, Marilee Feibig, and Andrew Shue are dating. Well, yeah, because you immediately trauma bond over this. Neither of you knew what was going on, and now you're the two people who are left. I mean, there's kids involved and things like that, but the two of them have been dating now for a while.
That's like if you and Mary got together and Gwen and Brian started dating.
Right.
And that is the perfect kind of FU, right?
Well, actually,
Because you're both looking at the ex and being like, well, I'm in this now, so...
part 2 of our New York announcement is that Alan is actually moving to New York City with me.
Don't confuse everybody
We
like
are
that.
dating. The problems that arose between Brian and I are actually because he and Gwen are in love, and the kids are also in love, even though they're only 7. It's a lot. It's a lot of moving parts, but I just wanted to clear that up for
And the
everybody.
strangest part is in New York, Mary and I will still be doing the show from 2 separate studios.
Right.
Right,
He's going to
keep them
broadcast from
fresh.
home. I'm going to go to iHeart Manhattan,
Mm-hmm.
and we actually are not roommates, but Alan's keeping my cat.
I get the top bunk and Duchess.
Yes.
That's in the whatever. Yeah. So Andrew Shue is 10 years older than she is. They said everybody has moved on. So while Amy Robach and TJ Holmes are living it up, so are their exes. I remember back in the day where this happened with Shania Twain. People know who Shania Twain is. Mm-hmm. And she was married to a very famous record producer named Mutt Lange. They were married for a long time, and he's the guy behind a lot of massively popular hit albums like Def Leppard, Pyromania. Mutt Lange was like the guy you wanted to get in the 80s in rock and roll, And he and Shania Twain had been married for a long time. And she found out that Mutt Lange had been having an affair with their nanny. And so they all split up. Shania Twain starts trauma bonding with the nanny's husband, a French guy who is, in my estimation, she traded up from Mutt Lange. She went from a British guy to a French guy. And the two of them started dating, and they got married. I think they might have had another kid. So when you swap spouses,
Keeps things fresh.
unintentionally, by the way, you're like, oh, you're the guy, because you're going to meet this person. They go, oh, you're the person that was married to the girl that my husband had an affair with. It was a woman that they had hired to take care of the kids and the house. And it turns out she was also taking care of Mutt Lange. And the woman, the reason they hired her in the first place, she was a really good friend of Shania Twain's. So they already had a relationship. She wasn't somebody they got off, Craigslist. She was one of Shania Twain's close friends. And they hired her. They said, hey, you watch the kids. Well, he pulled a Schwarzenegger. And they married each other's exes. So it happens. That's my favorite, because everybody's got somebody then. And, hey, no hard feelings. I mean, it sucked for a while, but
I don't know. I still would be petty. Like,
I know you would be.
I don't know even still, because it's like, all right, you got lucky. By no, like, you didn't help this at all. It just so happened that I liked your spouse's spouse or your new spouse's spouse.
Right, but you're also a person that doesn't get over things anyway.
Because forget that. You knew you had full intention on cheating on me.
Right, but who?
It's not like it.
But why? But why continue to worry about it?
Yeah,
If
why
you're-
are
if you're moving on? and you found
everybody
somebody
else
that
has
you're
moved
happy
Because
on.
I want to jab and twist. I
But-
want to make sure that you know that you did wrong.
But you
and I
can't
want to-
jab and twist people who have moved on. You're the only one hanging on to something.
They say a quote, there's a saying in AA, Cody, that I'm going to tell you. You can't drink the poison to kill another. You're only hurting yourself.
Right. Jealousy is like drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die.
You can't do it, buddy. You can't do it.
But I can make it the kids hate you.
No.
Yes, I tell them every day.
cannot.
The kids.
But then what happens is, then they get they in the end they're gonna end up hating you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Not if I don't let them see their dad.
So you're just gonna traumatize and. But like eventually they're gonna see their dad and they'll be like, oh, what?
This guy's a great dude.
Yeah.
Kids don't see their parents as the parents see each other.
Yeah.
I'd be like, he's lying to you. He's gaslighting you. In reality, I'm
Yeah, but then they
gaslighting
find
them.
out the truth eventually, and then they.
Yeah, and then they're like, who's this lonely, angry douche who keeps calling us to whisper into the phone?
Whisper.
Douche.
Yeah, he's gaslighting you. That's a bitch.
How many parent-teacher conferences has he come to? None.
Well, I remember back in the
He's a
day,
dead bitch.
Vince Gill is in the Eagles now, but back in the day, Vince Gill was a very successful solo country artist. And Amy Grant was this, all-American Christian music artist and so sweet and cute. And they were both married to other people, but they started doing a lot of collaborations, and they were just friends. They were just friends and collaborators, but clearly there was something going on, and they ended up divorcing their respective spouses, blindsiding them. And they clearly left their spouses for each other, and it really kind of cast a pall over her, all-American image. Of course, that was back when something like that would mar the image of a Christian artist. Now, they're all just fist pumping, and that doesn't mean anything anymore. And now they're living their life. Everybody's happy.
Mm-hmm.
What's the matter with that?
Poundcake doesn't like that. Poundcake.
He
doesn't
does
want
not.
everybody to be happy.
He wants to
He
jab
wants nobody
and
to
twist.
Be happy.
Yep.
No, forget that. You're not about to cheat on me and then just live a happy life.
But
I'm
what
about
if
to
they
be the
cheat
worst.
respectfully?
What if they cheated
It
respectfully?
would be respectful if they go off and live a happy life. That's not respectful. You're supposed to cheat, not let me find out, and make
Cody.
and believe that you're happy with me. You don't just to go divorce me, marry that bitch, and then
They
be
should
happy.
lie to you for the remainder of your marriage.
Yes,
I see.
ignorance is bliss.
That's respectful. Yeah, for you, not them.
Well, then they shouldn't cheat. Then if you can't live,
Then
with keeping the
they
secret-
get a divorce.
Okay, so don't be happy. Don't every time I see you.
Wait.
Don't be looking all happy.
So
Don't look
don't
happy.
cheat. So don't cheat. Get a divorce. Okay, we're gonna get a divorce. Get a divorce, but don't be happy. Okay, well we're not.
That's not what I said. I said, don't cheat if you can't live with what you did. Don't be cheating and they'd be like, oh, man, I can't keep this secret. I got to tell her. No, you made that bed. Now you lying. If you can't keep the secret, if it's eating you up inside.
I'm so glad people don't listen to take you serious.
They do.
But like, there's not, no one's doing it the way you say.
Hey, listen, Depeche
about to tell.
Mode tried to tell us some policy of truth. There's a really good reason to lie.
If you cheat, you live with that secret. You live with that secret. Don't be telling people because they ain't have nothing to do with it.
Bro, go to therapy.
Forget that. What do you mean? Go to therapy.
Go to therapy.
This audience serves as his therapists.
He doesn't listen to anybody though. He needs a real therapist.
I don't think that's wrong. You made an adult situation. You made an adult decision, and then now you're gonna bring innocent people into it. Like, hey, I cheated.
So then, where does the jabbing and twisting come in?
Well, what if they didn't? What if they kept the secret, but they didn't? They got caught.
Because that's what happened with
be slicker.
That's what happened with Amy Robach and TJ Holmes is they got too comfortable. So paparazzi got them like at some network meeting where they're holding hands and they're canoodling.
Oh, that's where you.
There's a New York Post word. As soon as you've started to canoodle, you're in trouble.
That's where they get you. It's always with the canoodling.
Always with the canoodling. That's true.
Bozo canoodles with Tramp.
Yeah. Right there in the cover of the Post.
Alan, Trucker John, King of I-71. Just wanted to congratulate Mary on her upcoming move to the Big Apple. She's going to crush it. Mary, everything's going to be good for you. And are you still going to be a fish detective in Manhattan?
And now he's asking
Just
real
wondering.
questions.
Take care of each other. Trucker John out.
Yeah, this is what people want to know.
This
Are
is
you
the
still going to
hard-hitting
be
information.
a fish detective?
Now, I have not talked to the
There's going to be more
precinct.
demands on your time.
Yes, the precinct of the Hudson River and other New York waterways.
Tributaries, please.
Sorry, I have not. I have not heard back from them yet.
Right. Because
but
there's a lot of there's the Atlantic, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
There's the
here's-
Hudson. There's the East River, Newark Bay, Flushing Bay.
Lots.
Those are there too.
Lots and
a
lots
lot
of
out by
water.
Rikers Island. You might get called out to do some fish detective work out by Rikers Island.
I know
And
that
let's not forget the ponds that are just in
the parks
the
and
park.
stuff.
Yeah.
So
Uh-huh.
I think it's beneficial when you move to a large city like
Good
New
pun.
York. Yeah, to have a wide range of skills. So I will not be hiding my fish detective skills. They will be out in the open and up for what's the word I'm looking for?
What if you
Hire?
make it bigger
Yeah.
as a fish detective than as a comedian?
One will lead to the other. Bill. Whether people are coming to my shows for my jokes or to learn about
To solve
oh wait,
an
to learn
ichthyology
about
murder.
Stop. To learn about the scales of justice.
Mhm.
How have we never said that one yet?
I think we did.
No.
The real question to ask is, why haven't we said it again?
Exactly. I think, yeah, however I draw in my audience. Alan says that all the time. Your audience finds you.
That's right.
And it could be a true crime fish detective show that blows me up. I don't know.
Well, Trucker John, there you go, buddy. Asked and answered. Mary Santora, even though there'll be more demands on her time in New York, will not give up her fish detecting. She's put in too many hours of training and study and boots on the ground. She's got her 10,000 hours there of fish detecting, and she's not just going to give it up on a whim.
It's a passion.
Mm.
I want to help the fish community in every way that I can. That, not enough advocates for the fish community.
And the fish owning community, especially now there's those feral goldfish out there. We're not screwing
in New
around.
York, too?
All over.
Wow.
I mean, mostly in Great Lakes, but it's only a matter of time. They're a very invasive species. That's why people are so concerned. It's only a matter of time. And let's say they're not out there. With all the weirdo climate change stuff, you're going to have some bulyak monster fish coming up just, they're going to go legs again, just walking up on the banks of the
Maybe.
rivers.
Maybe.
I got a break. You want to go to a Cleveland Monsters game? They got the Belleville Senators in town from Ontario. But a week from Friday, the Romo Fijo. I'll get you 4 tickets on the way back.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
On our free iHeartRadio app and your favorite smart device. Just tell it to play the Alan Cox Show.